Hello everybody, it is time to put some legs on the puzzle table. This is the second to last step before I can throw it up in my office and start using it. The first step is always to measure 25 times and then to drill once. You want to make sure that you're equal distance from both sides. I use the Forstner bit to get good, easy centering. Then we just go around the rest of the table and give it a little taparoo. I know there's been a big trend to recess the legs into the table, but it's not really necessary. If you want and like the look of it, you can do it for sure, but it looks just fine without it unless you poke your head under the table, and then you would think maybe they could have recessed that a little bit. Personally, I know my line of sight will never be at a point where I will actually be able to see whether it's recessed or not. One major advantage to the Forstner bits is they don't pull themselves through the wood, you have to push through. So you're never gonna drill beyond where you're trying to drill to. I use the little black shoulder on there as a visual reference to make sure that I just don't drill too far into the table. So in this case, the epoxy is slightly harder than what the wood is, so I had to put a little bit more effort in it to get it through the epoxy. Yeah, and as you can see, the epoxy makes quite a bit more mess. A quick countersink on all the holes, and then I'm ready to go ahead and put in the threaded inserts. I use some Titebond on the threaded inserts, but it's actually probably not necessary, but it does lubricate up the insertion.
I like where this is going. Giggity, giggity, giggity.
When I got to this last one, I noticed there was a shaving of wood stuck in the hole. So nice slow motion spray out there. A quick little tighten down of all of them, and we're ready to rock and roll onto the other side. But this side, 3 of the holes had epoxy that I was drilling into, so I just go ahead and heat those up. No glue, just warm them up for about 7 seconds, and then insert them into the table. The epoxy can be somewhat brittle, so the last thing you want to do is try to shove that in there without warming those up first. Then I did a quick little check to make sure all the holes were aligned. If they're not, burn the table, start over.